What the heck was that?
Hey everybody, I'm Tatsudoshi.
Yeah, Cornburn.
So, we went out this morning at the wee early hours of the morning. We decided we're going to go see a movie. So, we went and they were all out of all the good movies. So, we had to settle for seeing Yogi Bear in 3D. And man, I was surprised. Halfway through the movie, Justin Timberlake jumped out of the screen and everyone beat him to death.
Yeah.
It was literally the best cinema experience ever because he deserved that beating.
Yeah, I think you did, and it was a twist, really.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a real treat to actually beat the fuck out of one of the people responsible for this horrible atrocity to cinema.
So on with that.
So after we beat the crap out of Justin Timberlake, we stole some seats in Tron Legacy, and we saw that.
Yeah. So that was a good movie.
So, Tron Legacy?
For all you people who are like, I don't know about it. Let me give you the.
It's time to give this movie a review.
Dad. Sam. Long time. You have no idea.
Okay, so let's go back. Tron 1 was made in 1982. This movie got a sequel 30 fucking years later. That is incredible.
Yeah. It's a long time.
We're not going to spoil the entire plot here for you, so if you are interested in seeing this movie, let's just get this out of the way. Is it worth seeing in theaters?
Yes.
I agree. Is it worth seeing in 3D?
Yes.
I disagree.
Oh.
I thought the 3D was it was really fun, but, you know, it's going to cost you $10 per 3D ticket. Or $7 for a normal ticket, depending on where you are. So you can go, you know, $7 for me and $7 for you, and we could see it for $15 instead of paying $10 a piece. You know, the $5 extra bucks really, it's negligible. If you really want to see it in 3D, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It does have its moments of fucking neat, but really 3D in this movie, like many other movies, is just kind of gimmicky. And but it really doesn't jump at you and be really annoying about it. So it actually works itself into the movie pretty well.
Right.
But is it necessary to see it in 3D? Absolutely not.
No, it's not necessary, but it would be cool if you have the option to.
If you have the option to, and you really want to see it in 3D, then go for it. It's a nice little addition. If you don't want to, or you don't have the money, or you don't want to spend the extra money, then it's not necessary at all. So if somebody comes up to you and is like, man, you really need to see Tron in 3D. It's absolutely necessary. Kick him in the balls, take his $5, then go see Tron in 3D. So,
but is it a good? I mean, is it as good as the original?
As far as the overlaying plot, I like the first movie's plot just a tiny bit better. This one, the original Tron was more of man's discovering of technology, where Tron Legacy is kind of a movie about I don't know.
Like a revolution.
It's really a revolution / father-son story in this one. So you're kind of missing the initial wow of holy shit, this is a computer world, and the villains in this one aren't as fucking in your face as Tron was in '82, where, you know, Sark and the MCP were like, you know what? Fuck all y'all, and they're trying to take over the world. It's just kind of, it really is a different side of the computer world that we're seeing in this movie. It is a worthy successor to the name Tron, though. So, as a fan of the first movie, I really did appreciate this movie leaving its little subtle touches in there, and I found it to be incredibly intriguing with some of the plot twists that they took, even though they were really not, you know, oh my god, how did that happen? No, it wasn't. This movie will not confuse you. This movie is really as blunt as possible, but it doesn't make it any less fun to watch.
Right.
As far as the acting in this movie,
good acting. Very nice characters. There was a lot of different characters, from mellow to eccentric to this basically. Let's see, what's another one I could throw in there? I guess Zen cockiness. I don't know.
Zen cockiness. Zen cockiness. Let's chalk that up on the Corn's random word meter. Zen cockiness, right there. Okay. As far as bringing characters back Alan was back, and of course Kevin Flynn was back. Annoying girlfriend character is surprisingly absent, and by surprisingly I mean good, she's gone, get her the fuck out of here, she wasn't necessary anyway. There's some of the characters in this movie seem to be there just for the sake of being there. Like, there's a couple minor characters that are like, why are you even here, and why are you in my way? And some of the things are like, well, that's kind of, why did that happen? But really, all in all, the acting is really what you should expect from a decent movie. I mean, I could complain about things, but this movie was fun. It wasn't amazing, it won't blow your mind, but it was fun.
Right. So if you like fun and you like Tron, this is a treat for you. Treat yourself. Go see it.
There's a couple last little things. The visual effects, both in and out of the computer world, were well done. This was, I mean, it really kind of, it's a mixture of your typical, sci-fi, action-y, shots, mixed with some, like, parkour kind of wire-fu stuff. And they melded it pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't just all of this and all of that. It was like, we're going to be a little bit of this, then a taste of that, then more of this, how about a spoonful of that?
And they really did introduce a couple new things to the thing. So if you're expecting just light cycles, you've pretty much already seen that there's a light buggy that they have in the trailers for this. But there's more than just that. So. And then, of course, there's all the... they bring back all the old stuff and add a sprinkling of new things. And the sprinkling of new things aren't, they're not annoying. And they don't kind of just like, this is how it is now. Couple things that they did hint at, and they did reference the first Tron quite a few times. And they really didn't want to, rid the first movie of its, of its originality at the time. So they really did try and build on top of Tron rather than demolishing it and rebuilding it on top of it. So
right, it was more like an upgrade. Everything was sort of the same, but you added just slightly more things to it. So, so it was really cool. Like, everything was just, the suits, and of course the way how the world was just more built, because it was just more constructed. Because when you first discovered Tron, it was just its basic, whatever. I mean, it was just a basic world, the cyber world. But then you can see they built a lot of it. I mean, into it to actually make it like a society.
Yeah, it really does. Whereas in the first Tron movie, it was really just circuits and shit like that. Since then, the underlying plot is that Kevin has gone back into the thing and built a city in there. And for those of you who have been paying attention to the trailers, you already know this. And for those of you who played Tron's game that came out, Tron Evolution, then you know that as well. But it really all kind of ties together, and it really is kind of its own little thing. There's a few things that I would really like to complain about, but all in all, it really was a fun film. Mm-hmm. But my favorite part of this movie was fucking Daft Punk was in it. And it's like, oh, you mean the music, right? No, I mean literally, they're fucking in the movie. Yeah. Maybe 40 minutes till the end of the movie, you see two DJs. Two robot DJs. Who are they? They're fucking Daft Punk. And it's awesome. And I'm really glad that they put them in the movie, because in any project they're ever involved in, they're in there at some point, in some minuscule way. But they actually were kind of featured for a good couple minutes there, while other shit was going on. They kept, every once in a while, they'd flash back to Daft Punk, doing their DJ thing, which was cool. It's a nice little touch. It's actually nice to see, people who worked hard on the soundtrack for this film get,
recognition.
In the movie, not in the credits, but they're there. You can see them, and it's not like, oh, there they go. Oh, look, there's that Disney Mickey face that's in every movie. No, fucking Daft Punk is literally not hidden, right fucking there in the movie, which is cool. Mm-hmm. So, nice little touches all around. Everyone got their fair share of appreciation. Some of the, and I'm going to say this, and then people who have seen this movie will instantly agree with me, some of the CGI just didn't really work well, and it looked kind of funky, and it was like, it kind of took away from it, but with what they had to work with, it was okay.
Right. And especially when they had to work with, if you've seen other things that try to do CGI of that variety.
Of this variety.
It actually was probably some of the best, or close to it as you can get, considering the CGI that they had to work with.
Thing, right.
Yeah.
I gotta say, my favorite performance by far in this entire movie has to be, the dude, man, Kevin Flynn coming back, and by far he kind of made this whole movie. I mean, of course he was supposed to be in this movie. He's Sam's dad and everything, but really without his resounding performance, bringing back the character of Kevin Flynn, it really would have been not nearly as fun and not nearly as memorable. But because he came back, because he was in it, and because of his, damn good performance in this movie, by far the best actor in the entire movie, and by far the best performance out of all of them, I gotta say he really did make the film. Again.
Right. So...
Any final notes?
No, there's good points for good acting and good effects. It was all pretty much balanced and all solid, and that's what you like to see in a movie. Of course, it could have been added more, but they could have taken away more too. So I have to say, yeah, it's just a solid numbers all around.
It's a solid movie. If you've seen the first one and you liked it, you probably already saw it, just like us. If you're thinking about seeing it, bringing family to see it, this movie is PG, all right? PG. So there's no problems bringing the kids or the family or the grandparents to see this movie. And considering your other option is Yogi Bear, I think we should go with Tron.
Yeah, so enjoy watching Tron unless you want to
go see Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go see Yogi Bear, go see Tron. Yeah. It's actually good. Worth seeing in the film, in the theaters. Yes. Worth seeing on DVD. Absolutely. If you have Blu-ray. But since it's in theaters today, as of right now, you might want to go see it, especially if you have techie friends. They'll love it.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.